So I haven't posted in a while. It's been a hard couple of weeks. My LuLu passed away last week, and it's really hitting me hard. She was sick for a long time. She had a collapsed trachea, and she used to cough a lot. But she really started declining a couple weeks ago, and her organs began to shut down, and so, she was on her way out. So I wanted to do a video about it because it opened up a lot of feelings that I have that I didn't expect. So I thought I would do a better job conveying my feelings and what I've learned from all of this by reading my thoughts to you. So you experience a lot of things at my age, now that I've been around over 6 decades. And one of the things that I have to keep relearning is how life just continues to pass by us without paying much attention to it. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to start this YouTube channel, because that is one of the greatest enlightenments that I have had in life, and it goes much deeper than that. I think we all know that life passes by quickly, but do we absorb that information? My LuLu passed away last week. It's been really painful. She went very peacefully and naturally in my arms. It really could not get any better than that. It was the best that it could be. It was all natural, and it was very peaceful. My children were with us. We're all there for her, and I couldn't have asked for a more perfect way. In fact, I did ask for it many times. There was a lot of prayer asking for that very thing. But as peaceful as it was, it still hurts. The thing is, she agitated me so much. She had this annoying cough because she had a collapsed trachea. And so towards the end, like the past year, it really progressed and got bad. And there's not really anything they can do about it without, surgery and really making her life miserable, which I wasn't willing to do because she was just too old. And the minute I would come home to walk through the door, she'd know, oh, dinner time, right? Well, this annoying cough that she had, she started to use it to her benefit. It was clearly a medical condition, but she's smart, as most dogs are, and she learned, hey, when I cough, I get a lot of attention from them. And so she started to use her cough to get attention from us, especially with my daughter. My daughter is a snacker, so she would go into the kitchen often and get her little snacks. And LuLu she would jump out of bed where there's no coughing, she's peaceful, she's happy, and she would run to the kitchen at her feet and just start coughing away and, doing her thing. So we all knew it was real, but LuLu was being manipulative. Anyway, it was annoying as heck. You couldn't even walk in the door without her coming at you and doing her thing. So she was really a smart dog. But her behavior became very annoying, and I used to get agitated. It would be like, LuLu, stop. And she would stop so she can control it. It was kind of like the tantrums that a 2-year-old would make when they wanted something to get their way. Sure, crying and disappointment's real, right? We all have that. But somehow they learned how to use that to their advantage. They knew that we would stop what we're doing. We would give them attention if they just threw a tantrum. So they did. That was what LuLu was doing with her coughing. So as you can imagine, this horrible, agitating sound all the time. There were other things that bothered me about LuLu too. She was a little ball of fluff. Boy, you saw it everywhere. I vacuum constantly. Still, when I walk through the room during shedding season, I swear, it was like walking through the Midwest with tumbleweed at my feet. Hairballs just rolling along on my hardwood floors. I often joked when LuLu passes, I'm going to get my white carpet, finally. And there will never be hair on it or dog barf. Lord knows she can mess up a carpet from dog barf. She was annoying at times for sure. Kind of like a husband, siblings, family at times. We love them, but they can be annoying. But the thing is, the house is different now. It's missing that huge part that made it complete. There's no annoying looking at me with sad eyes as I leave for the day at work, frustrating me because I can't do a thing about it. Now I'm free. I can walk out the door. No guilt. Nobody wishing that I would stay longer and staring at me as I leave. I can walk straight to my car, shut the door, no guilt, and be on my way. The best thing, though, is that the coughing is gone and no more barking at the Amazon driver through the front door. Something kind of cool happened the other day, though. I vacuumed the floor like I always do, almost every day because of dog hair. And there really was nothing in my vacuum container. And it had been almost a week since I had vacuumed. So now I won't have to vacuum very often. My floors will stay clean. There won't be tumbleweed floating around. I always kind of looked forward to the day the quiet would come, especially when on a Zoom call or when trying to talk on the phone, or in heavy concentrating when I'm writing. But what I realized is it's not a good quiet. My grandmother used to call it all happy noise when she would hear loud sounds of children playing or louder music than one would consider comfortable. It was happy noise because it was life being lived. She was a wise woman. Those two words are powerful when looking through the lens of life with this perspective. They take on new meaning when thinking about it in this way, especially when things get quiet. Be careful what you wish for. I took it for granted that she would always be here. My head knows that dogs only live to be about the age she was, 13 years old. But I got used to her being here. After all, it seemed like forever that she was a part of our lives. I couldn't imagine it any other way. As annoying as it was, even though my head knew that her end was coming, statistically speaking, and I could see her body changing, and not in a good way, still, I thought she would always be there. I thought I had more time. Famous last words for so many of us in different situations, whether it be a loved one putting off retirement, setting aside the things in life we truly desire. It can all wait because we think it will always be there. I'll get to it later when I have more time. I thought she would be there. I can notice more later, maybe take her with me more often for quick errands in the car or on walks. Perhaps be more tolerant of her obsessive behaviors. Understand that my time was limited and soak it all in. But I didn't do it that way. Instead, I took her time for granted. I couldn't imagine our life any other way than her being around, as annoying as it often was. This has happened before. You would think I would have learned. There are those people in our lives that we always thought would be there, because they always had been, until they weren't. I flinch now when a car drives up, preparing myself for the inevitable obsessive barking through the window, while steam builds up on the glass and dog nose spots begin to form. But it's silent instead. The glass can be cleaned again, and this time for good, and it will stay clean. Wouldn't that be nice? Shouldn't that be nice? When I wake up in the morning, I look toward her bed as if to check on her, like I have done for the past 13 years of my life. Then it hits me. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm free from worrying about her as if she's one of my children. There's no more dog hair, no more dog barf, no more annoying cough. And now I can go shopping for my white rug. But somehow, it does not sound as enticing as it used to. If I could spend that money differently, I bet you know what I'd buy with it. I would buy more time. Unfortunately, there's no store for that. There's no delivery service. Time is not for sale. We always want what we can't have, right? I couldn't have a white carpet, but now I can. But I don't need it anymore for some reason. What I didn't know I wanted, now I do. It's all so confusing. As annoying as it was, I want it again. Just for one more day. Because it was happy noise. It filled the house with normal. That annoying dog, I say. That special part of our family that I never understood as such. Life keeps teaching me. Even after 60 years of it, you think I would have learned by now.